I hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 108. Conversation 63. I'm oversharing because I love you. HSBF. Who's DC? Me. I don't know. I had to postpone a few days because of an Avenger emergency. Fish oil incident that actually needed more firepower than the Zapper to contain before it became a recruitment tool for the watchdogs and Senator Hateful. HSBF. I saw on Twitter, but I thought you would still be able to get there. Me. We are on our way back to the States now, so my adventures in DC will begin as soon as I touch down. HSBF. I guess that's good. Me. In other news, I have a replacement assistant. Me. Mary? Me. Yes, Miss Mary J. Watson was the only one that was tolerable and passed the background check. She's also the only sane one that's perfectly okay with working with superheroes on a regular basis and is willing to take additional self-defense classes. HSBF. That's a requirement for your assistants? Me. It is dangerous work, and well, I've had more than one employee try to kill me recently. Agent also ran background checks on all of Peter's friends and Decathlon members. Me. Good news, Benji now has decent blackmail material on that Flash fanboy. I think I mentioned this earlier. HSBF. Seriously, he actually did that? Me. Yes, Benji's friend who hacked into the suit also managed to hack into the Pentagon twice. So I have a new intern, and Agent has a candidate for the communications school. HSBF. That is not surprising. Me. And you remember the Michelle that I mentioned a couple of conversations ago? HSBF. Kind of. And definitely. She wants to throw red paint on you? Benji has a crush on her? Me. Sort of. And definitely. Anyway, her dad is the significantly younger brother of Skyquake's biological father. HSBF. Seriously? Me. Yep. Agent Agent's background check includes DNA analysis. We are keeping that from everybody. HSBF. That would be best, especially if she has the gene. Me. Other side of the family we think, but could be recessive. Nothing showed up in the DNA test. Me. So how was your day, honey bunches? It must be dinner time where you are. HSBF. Good. I didn't get shot at, nor did any government official show up at the safe house. Also, I'm cooking tonight, so I don't have to worry about any weird cooking experiments. Me. That's always good. Tried any new restaurants? Did any shopping? I should probably let you know that my tailor is making you something for the wedding. HSBF. No to the restaurants. We are trying to keep a low profile for the moment. No, I'm not surprised about your tailor. You just want me wrapped in new clothes. Me. I want to rip clothes off of you. Or like chocolate sauce off of you. Or just lick you. HSBF. That would be okay. Me. What parts do you want to lick or rather want me to lick? I have a few ideas. HSBF. I'm not answering that question. Me. Okay, then I guess I'll ask you a few clean questions so we can get through this exercise before I see you in a sexy suit. If you could talk to a clairvoyant or precog, would you? HSBF. I thought the question was about crystal balls. Me. Yeah, but that doesn't work. But apparently precog are a thing now. I mentioned it last week. Coulson's team has met more than one. Apparently one of them predicted my Ultron fuck-up. I really wish someone would have told me that ahead of time. That would have been really helpful, although apparently no one at Team Coulson knew about the vision until after the fact. HSBF. Someone saw that coming? Me. Yep. And you couldn't stop it. I think this goes back to my answer a few days ago about not wanting the ability to see the future. HSBF. I don't want to know either. Me. Thank you. Next question. Is there something that you've always wanted to do but haven't had a chance to yet? If so, why haven't you got to it yet? I'm really not liking this quiz. HSBF. That is not as bad as some of the other questions. I really wish I could go back to college and actually finish. Me. Good goal. HSBF. What about you? Me. I want to have sex with you. It has not happened yet because we are in different countries and you're a war criminal. Also, the time we did meet up recently, I was under medical restrictions due to surviving an assassination attempt. HSBF. This is supposed to be something you've been thinking about doing for a really long time. Me. Okay, this is going to sound really embarrassing and a little creepy, but you were my first crush and how I figured out I was gay. Or rather, bisexual. HSBF. I think you've told me this before. Me. I masturbated to your propaganda posters. If you thought Coulson's costume was tight, you should have seen how they drew your propaganda posters. It was more porn than propaganda. Nothing was left to the imagination. HSBF. Oh, God! I should have realized that with all the talk about Tijuana Bibles. Okay, that's definitely not going in the public version. Me. Not at all. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't have told you that. I definitely wouldn't have told you that Howard caught me doing it. HSBF. Oh, Lord. Me. If I remember correctly, that's when I ended up spending a month with Aunt Peggy, and she told me about who you really were, so I kinda got worse after that. Me. You're going to break up with me now for telling you that. HSBF. Nope. Still love you. I'm also glad you can be that honest with me. Me. I'm trying. So what do you consider your greatest accomplishment? And I'll add, what do you think everyone thinks your greatest accomplishment is? HSBF. The second part is obviously becoming you-know-who. Me. Obviously. First part. HSBF. It's a toss-up between stopping Red Skull, stopping Hydra, and preventing the New York incident from being worse. HSBF. Coulson and his team were the ones who did most of the dirty work with Hydra, so I'm going to have to give that one to him. HSBF. I'm okay with that. Me. Also, New York was a team effort, so you get taking down Red Skull's evil scheme. Still, quite an accomplishment. HSBF. If I can't count New York, you can't either. Me. I flew that missile into the portal all by myself. I kind of regret not having Jarvis dig into the files a little bit more so we could have discovered that Malik was actually Hydra before he ordered a missile to blow up New York and kill us all. But that's life. HSBF. Nope! Doesn't count! Me. Well, I could put down inventing robotics that go bad and making lots of weapons that killed lots of people. That isn't a positive accomplishment, though. Me. I feel like my legacy is mostly murder bots and the merchant of death. I have tried to fix things, but I can't bring Red's parents back from the dead. Even Club Tahiti wouldn't work at this point. HSBF. You have done a lot of important and good things. I don't think your legacy is going to be just murder bots and the merchant of death. Me. Well, I don't think I can pull off an Albert Nobel. He was the last merchant of death, and now everyone just thinks he is the Nobel Prize guy. HSBF. And maybe, in 70 years, people will hear your name and instantly think of the Stark Foundation, or the Jarvis Foundation. Me. I don't know. Maybe we will fuck up so badly trying to save the world that there won't be anything left in 70 years. I just feel like something bad is coming. Something that we won't be ready to handle. HSBF. Maybe, but we're sure going to try. Me. You're so optimistic sometimes. It kind of makes me want to punch you in the teeth or put you up against the wall and on my way with you. It's a weird either-or thing. Me. I prefer the sex option. HSBF. I do, too. Me. Okay, last question for tonight. Mostly because the ones right after it are going to lead to some very angsty answers. And I want to be at home with some ice cream when we do that discussion since I'm not drinking anymore. Me. What do you value in a friendship? For me, it's going to be honesty. HSBF. I thought you said you were going to save the questions that require chocolate for next time. Me. Well, you already do that. And what is to come is actually worse. HSBF. Out to Siberia, yes. I'm sorry. Me. I know that, and I accept that. Time travel is not an option that we know of yet. So things are what they are. Me. What do you value most? HSBF. Loyalty. Me. I could see that. Me. Okay, I have to go, because apparently Jeffrey wants to debrief me. And I can't dodge him because this place is not quite as big as a helicarrier. HSBF. Which means you have to leave. Me. But I'll march you in a couple of days from DC. HSBF. Be safe. Me. I will try.